Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we got the official 2021 NBA mock draft before March Madness. Although I guess like the playing game started today. But it's by Hoops Reference, man. I always love his mock drafts. You know, he's very knowledgeable when it comes to like the college players and stuff like that. So I will say, T-Wolves, y'all gotta back the hell off, man, okay? Like seriously, Detroit, we are trying to fade for Cade. And you guys are rooting it for us. Man, you too, Houston? Houston, you already stole Christian Wood from us. You're not going to take damn Cade from us next. And then damn T-Wolves, how many damn first overall picks do you need? You already got Ant-Man. You already got Cat. You got D-Lo out there. No, he was the top pick or whatever, but not the number one pick. But regardless, like, I swear, if you guys ruin Cade for the NBA too, we're gonna switch you guys out for the Seattle Supersonics, man. So it's Detroit's turn, you know, to have one of these top picks. So here we go. Let's check this out and see who he's got going to Detroit and, you know, all the other teams too, of course.
The biggest showcase of potential NBA prospects has finally arrived.
Fade for Cade, man.
As the March Madness
Mobley, I'll also take too.
Is back for the first time in 2 years because of the tournament getting canceled last season.
2 years? Oh, I guess it would technically be, yeah, because a year ago it didn't happen, and then it was a year since then, man. Damn, 2 years since March Madness. That is how time works. Bro, I thought it was only a year, man. That's crazy. Bro, 2 years, man. Damn, I'm so happy it's back.
Because of this, it's the perfect time to post another mock draft to monitor where I believe prospects currently stand before the tournament begins.
Yeah, you know, man, not to interrupt again, but I will say, too, that the tournament changes a lot as far as like where guys get drafted. There's guys that can literally come out of nowhere and still like you know, and they'll be like a lottery pick or whatever, move them to a lottery because they dominated March Madness. So like March Madness, like you're on the scene in front of everybody. So that's really gonna show like if you can like dig deep and stuff like that. I remember like Ben Simmons. I was watching him when he was in March Madness a few years ago, and like his team ended up losing, but I still think he played fine in the game. So I was just like, man, he's still gonna be a top pick. But it's just, I don't know, man. Like you see like these dominant players, and you expect like these guys are gonna be dominating the NBA, and for them to like go out there and like win the tournament. But sometimes you really have guys come out of nowhere. I know another one too was that Dante DiVincenzo on the Milwaukee Bucks beat down my Michigan Wolverines a few years ago. Pissed me off.
And then the next mock draft update will likely be posted after the tournament finishes.
All right.
Also, as always, the order the NBA teams will be picking in this video is based entirely on the current NBA standings, so
That's fair.
I have no say in that. Before we get started, though,
hey,
I want to thank FanDuel for sponsoring.
Bro, I got me some
choose a content.
I got me some damn sponsorships here by, you know, like the sports betting, bro, and I got damn channel strike because of it. Pissed me off, man. I don't know what it was for, but I was mad about it. I was real mad. That's why I don't do sponsorships anymore. But yeah, FanDuel. There we go. Yo, Cade. Of course, fade for Cade going to T-Wolves.
Cade Cunningham from Oklahoma State. Unless he has some sort of catastrophic, disastrous showing in March Madness, I honestly feel like it's pretty safe to say that Cunningham is the best prospect
D-Lo traded then?
And will be the prize at the top of the draft for whoever ultimately lands the #1 pick.
Wow, I'm so bad.
Right now, the Timberwolves are the worst team in the NBA, and if that continues, and they get to pick here, then they might actually begin to turn that misfortune around, adding an elite.
See, I feel like Mobley would be a better fit alongside Cat though. Like put Mobley at the 4, Cat at the 5. Like that's damn dominant. That's like the new era, just like Twin Towers up in there. But I guess you could do Cade at small forward, D-Lo at point guard, and then Ant-Man at the 3 or at the 2 spot. I mean, so because he's man like 6'8" or whatever.
Elite all-around contributor.
Or just trade D-Lo.
Is to their core of Karl Anthony Towns, D'Angelo Russell, and Malik Beasley. Next up with the second pick in the
Mobley.
draft,
Okay.
the Detroit Pistons
I'll take
select
it.
Evan Mobley from USC. Mobley is the best big man prospect in the class by a pretty wide margin, and with the Pistons entering rebuild mode, they're going to be going after the best player available wherever they pick. Mobley is a monster defensive player with versatility reminiscent to Bam Adebayo. He protects the rim at an elite level, and offensively, he's very mobile in the pick and roll and finishes strong.
So he's a better Karl Anthony Towns,
along with having a budding outside jumper.
There we go.
Up next with the third pick in the draft, the
Jalen Suggs, the beast.
select Jalen Suggs
Gonzaga.
from Gonzaga. The Rockets get to keep their pick as long as it lands in the top 4 this year, and with how they've been playing lately, currently on an 18-game losing streak, that shouldn't be too much of an issue.
It's rough.
They already have a few nice core guys to build around, starting with Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr., who have looked incredibly promising this season, and Jalen Suggs would be the perfect point guard to bring in and build around alongside them. Suggs is the ultimate competitor that does whatever it takes to win, and it's been apparent all year long for his undefeated Gonzaga team. He's a confident shooter from deep, he attacks the basket hard and finishes well through contact, and he operates well as the floor general, running the offense from the point guard position, making plays for others too. Next up with
Jalen
the
Green.
pick in the draft,
I gotta listen about him.
Magic select
Always hear
Jalen
good
Green
things
from G League Ignite.
Don't know much
As
about
expected, Green had some exciting highs, but also some frustrating lows in the G League. But ultimately, that was always to be expected from a teenager.
Yo, that's a good thing too, because he's gonna be a year ahead of schedule. Because like if he went to college or whatever, and then waited till next year, then he would have suffered some of them things like playing the NBA, like lose confidence, stuff like that. So it's good to kind of get some of those weaknesses and bad moments out of the way in the G League before you actually get to an official NBA team. So I think that's completely fine.
Making the leap to playing against grown professional men that have all been playing at that level longer than he has.
Exactly.
And the experience was for sure a positive one for all of the G League Ignite prospects who got a taste of basketball at the pro level as they prepare for the NBA. Green in particular showed off his illustrious ability to score the ball.
Kind of plays like Ant-Man.
But he will need to improve his perimeter shooting to fully reach his potential. Speaking of G League Ignite prospects, with the 5th pick, the Washington Wizards select Green's teammate Jonathan Kuminga. Kuminga is an incredibly intriguing prospect who has come a long way from a year ago and could definitely be picked anywhere.
It's like a small forward Russell Westbrook build.
He's got an NBA-ready strong body, he's got a 7-foot-long wingspan, which is great for his 6'6" height as a wing player, and defensively,
bro, he shoot like Russell too.
As a potentially great impact player.
Form-wise,
his jumper is going to be what separates him from being a really good prospect and a great prospect, as he still has a lot of work to do because he only shot 24% from 3.
Definitely Russell Westbrook,
but he looked confident pulling them when given the opportunity to. So if that develops, he could be a stud. Next, with the 6th
Scottie
pick
Barnes?
in the draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers
Related
select
Harrison?
Scottie Barnes from Florida State.
Or Scottie Pippen?
Barnes is the perfect jack-of-all-trades prospect, and his production on both ends of the floor, combined with his incredibly high basketball IQ, make him one of the safest selections in the class. For a 6'8" forward with a 7'2" wingspan, he's a tremendous
He's kind of a sweaty, isn't he,
who
man?
seems to always make the right play. He brings the defensive versatility NBA teams love nowadays, and that positional flexibility is becoming more important than ever. He, like several others in this class, still have a lot of room
attitude to him
with his jumper, but is incredibly talented nonetheless. Up next with the 7th pick in the draft, the Sacramento Kings select Keon Johnson from Tennessee. Johnson's been an incredibly fast riser in this class, and I could definitely see him taking a similar path to Patrick Williams from last year's draft, as Williams was a player people weren't that high on until the weeks leading up to the draft, it seemed, and then all of a sudden he was the 4th pick and is now
like
also
a Porzingis too.
That selection on the Bulls.
Gets booed,
Johnson's
but then balls
a tremendous
out.
Athlete who has really settled into the season with each passing game, and his on-ball defense has been very impressive. Next up, with the 8th pick in the draft, the Toronto Raptors select James Bouknight from UConn.
My bad.
Bouknight had missed some time due to an injury in the middle of the season, but ever since his return, UConn have been playing great, and he's been the one leading the way for them. He's one of the best scorers in the country with a great first step, very solid balance and body control on his drives, and the ability to make shots from all
the Landry Shamet build.
He's got all the makings of a solid combo guard in the league, and with Lowry's contract expiring after this season, it could be a good addition for the Raptors. Next up, with the 9th pick, the New Orleans Pelicans.
Yo, I could have swore
Moody
this dude was a center, man, and then I read something he's like a point guard. Who am I thinking? I could have swore this man was a center.
In the last month, Moody has taken his game to another level and has easily cemented himself as a lottery prospect. He's been the best 3-and-D player in the class, as he's averaging nearly 20 points per game
like
and shooting 44% from 3 on a good volume of attempts during the team's 8-game winning streak that they're on, and he's playing stellar perimeter defense, locking up opponents. He plays within the flow of the offense, he doesn't try to do too much, and he knows his role, and that's exactly the kind of player the Pelicans should look to bring in here. Next up with the 10th pick in the draft,
Jalen Johnson.
I've
heard this name a lot.
Jalen
Damn,
Johnson
good block.
from Duke. Johnson's become a very polarizing prospect after withdrawing from Duke's team early to focus on the draft, and while he didn't have a great individual season, he did still show plenty of signs of being a promising player for down the line. His defense didn't quite live up to
Wait, he playing the G League?
but he does have the physical tools for teams to work with there, and his well-balanced offensive repertoire should still be intriguing for lottery teams, especially like Oklahoma City, to take a chance on. Up next with the 11th pick, the Indiana
Kispert.
Pacers select Corey Kispert from Gonzaga. Kispert has been the best shooter in college basketball this year, and he's also proven that he's so much more than just a shooter. He's also improved a ton creating offense off the dribble, he does well attacking overly aggressive closeouts when teams try to chase him off of the three-point line, and his finishing is now good enough to where he can make teams pay for overextending when he's spotting up from the perimeter. Next up with the 12th pick in the draft, the Chicago Bulls select Jaden Springer from
Related to Jerry.
Springer is one of the youngest players in the draft this year with tons of two-way potential at the point guard position. For someone so young, to be such a lockdown defender already is obviously impressive, but whoever takes him will need to have patience with his offensive development. Up next with the 13th pick in the draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Kai Jones from Texas. Kai Jones is such a tantalizing
where's Isaiah
center
Livers?
position, as his comfortability with the ball in his hands and confidence to create off the dribble like a wing are things NBA teams will be drooling over for a guy at his size at the center position. But simultaneously, he's got a long way to go defensively before he can fully be trusted, because he's admittedly been pretty bad on that end.
How many points y'all think I would drop in that league there, man?
Upside pick with the potential to be a complete home run. And finally, the last pick of the lottery belongs to the Golden State Warriors, and with it they select Ziaire Williams from Stanford. Williams' season of college basketball has been a wild ride, as it's been filled with distractions such as the Stanford team having to live in a hotel for 2 months and not being able to train properly in that span, Williams dealing with injuries, and overall inconsistent production on the court. The hope is that once he gets into a consistent environment where he can continually improve and develop like the Warriors...
Yeah, I'm going to say real quick here about the Warriors, though. Like, now that Curry's out, they're probably going to get a way better pick in the draft. Obviously, I know what Hoops is doing here, where he's like, he can't predict the future, so he's doing it based off of that. But knowing this, man, Warriors probably going to end up with the first pick in the draft and get Cade. It's probably going to happen. It's probably going to happen, man.
...would provide for him, his enormous untapped potential could be reached. And with that being said, that's all.
All right, man, that is the end of the video right there. I will say straight up, like I said, I do want Cade, but Evan Mobley, I will definitely be happy about too. I'm happy either way with either one of those guys, man. So, yeah, what do y'all think? Who do you guys all want your favorite team to draft? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank y'all so much for watching. Link to Hoops channel description below. Peace out, my friends.